Today we tackle probably the most difficult section of the Bryce's race, the Derby side of the Black Creek Siphon, to where it joins the Valley Siphon. Hopefully, down there somewhere we will find the remains of the 3,400 foot Black Creek Siphon with its pipes, fluming and trestles. Last time we approached the siphon from the Branksome side and followed the race to where the siphon started. Here we became entangled in a confusion of fallen trees, sections of pipes and thick scrubs. Now we're going to start at Black Creek and hope to find the line of the siphon and follow it up the hill to where it turns into a race. What we're about to experience is evidence of just how difficult the construction of the race must have been in 1901, especially with the limited available equipment. We set off down an old logging track.
This way, if you was going to come here another time, definitely easier to talk like this way.
And were soon immersed in cutting grass and fallen tree limbs.
That's been cut by hand, that's man-made.
Pardon?
There's a tail race there, and up through there. Something to do with mining, we don't know any more than that. Because the top end of it was like this. And I don't know what else these things would be doing in this area.
So show me on the map where you think where we are now. So we're still just a little bit further. We've got to go...
that's 100 metres there.
Another 50 metres. Metal.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see something like that. Oh, hang on,
According to my map, we've passed it.
And going, which way is it running?
Still, we've come that way. We've just gone past it.
Right, yeah. So, well, that could be right, but that might be it.
That one was climbed over back there.
We've seen a similar. Remember, I was standing in it up there when the previous spots.
Similar.
Maybe I was looking for flat benches, like a wide flat clearing.
Well, that's definitely a collar, isn't it?
Yeah. And here's another one of those side diversions. This one's definitely been cut. They might have come down here and they've just diverted it down there. The cycle would have kept on going, but it seems to have they've used it to divert water. So there's a bit of steel just there.
Yep.
So I took photos of all that.
Yeah, that would have been what they made the. That's the tramway, isn't it?
Yeah. You can see the wheels, they look well worn or still on this side.
These wheels were probably used on a wooden tramway to haul pipes into position up the slopes of the valley.
You've got to be a bit careful. There's a mound there. They're not just logs sort of washed there.
No.
They're actually must have been formed part of the structure, and they've broken off at some stage, and that's been the end of it.
There's some earthworks here.
Pardon?
I said there's some earthworks in here.
Yeah, that's stacked stone there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a small pipe collar there. I'll try to get through here.
Definitely some kind of collar or anchoring
Yeah.
collar.
Yeah.
There's Roger down here with his machete.
What?
We need Roger down here with his machete.
Where is Roger?
Don't know. Where are you, Roger?
You there, Roger? So we're just lucky, look at that. No trouble getting across there. Right. We're in here somewhere. Right?
Yep.
Let's edit that out. And keep that up. Edit that out. And keep that up. No, it shouldn't be. This shows how slippery it is.
It is. It's pretty slippery.
Just a bit on this high spot. But it is a bit slippery. You actually done it quite well to get across there, Jeff, really. That is really done.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
We'll get that.
One drink bottle.
I'll be able to get that from here.
Go on now.
Trying to get out of your way.
So the main thing is that we all got across without any dramas.
I tried to walk away and a branch had hooked around my glasses and pulled my glasses off. Nearly fell in the river.
Right, so here we
It'd be a
are.
lot easier if I didn't have the camera, wouldn't it?
Well, but that's the whole purpose why we're here, I guess.
Yep.
So this is where it all is.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So there's two bolts here. There's probably a beam here somewhere. There's two bolts poking out of the ground.
Yep.
Pipe,
And the big 40-inch pipe.
the big 40-inch pipe, that's right. Now that's a proper siphon.
Yeah.
Those piddly little ones up there, this is a real siphon. This is the one that got the bend in it.
All right. Which
Right-
is probably
right at this junction here,
why they didn't want it.
I guess so, yeah. Right at this junction, it's got a bend in it. I don't think it's going to collapse that way. I'm pretty sure that's the way, it is. I noticed that in the photograph. I didn't notice it when I was here, but when I looked at the photos, so there's the bend and there's an inspection plate or whatever just there being riveted over. I reckon we're downstream of where it would have crossed. Yeah, I think, so that's where it says on the GPS, Roger?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. We're definitely downstream of it.
You should be in front, Roger, not behind.
I should be, shouldn't I? So that's the last pipe. And I don't think that's as long. It's a bit shorter.
No.
Definitely there. And there's nothing else beyond that. Nice little sort of level bench here. The easiest
Oh, well, it's definitely the Black Creek siphon.
That's simply it. There's another bit there. So they're those bolts with those ends on, Jeff.
Yeah.
And they lock together.
Yep.
And they drag them in and they do, well, they've got a single nut. So that's a big collar there. Another one in there. So this is where they dismantled everything, you think. And they just left those bits and pieces laying about. There's another one here. Another one there.
Quite a bit of stuff in there.
So they took everything apart here.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice level bit, fairly level.
Yeah, and
bit
they
of
might have
ground.
made this. They might have made this.
Yeah. So this must have been. So the pipe must have rested on these.
You'd have to say that from the shape. So they're definitely not in position. That's a clear one. There's another one here which is just covered. I couldn't photograph that, was just because you couldn't recognise it in the photo. But they're both pretty much the same. This one seems a bit wider that way.
No, I've seen concrete, but not like
Not
this.
like this, yeah.
So just down there, smile,
Mainly,
good. It gives me an idea of size.
Yeah.
mainly
yeah.
concrete posts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and also walls, like replacing the fluming with a concrete wall.
Yeah, yep.
Steep little climb up there, is it?
It's not steep and it's not that far.
Yeah.
And there's a big, so I reckon that's what all these big timbers that are up the top, that was all fluming support until they cleared these last of the really huge boulders, although they did manage to manoeuvre it through the boulders.
Yep.
So that's what we're doing now, we're going up.
Yep.
Right.
Up the pipeline.
Up the pipeline, yes.
The Black Creek Siphon.
Just keep an eye on it as we go up. You never know what else we might come across. There it is, it's a bit higher than I remember.
Oh, yeah.
That's it there. So, I guess it's got this on the other side, and it must tighten around the join and just bolt things up. There we go. So we'll go through here and just up through here now. And you never know what you're going to find. Joe, do you think?
Are we on the line?
The line should be over this way, do you think? I think we're pretty close. There's some more steel up a bit further I can see. And that's another beauty there. And here is there.
Yep.
And there's the end.
And there's a,
oh, it's got
there's a shackle.
So it had those sort of loop ends maybe on both ends of these.
Yep.
I only thought it had it on the top end. But clearly that's quite the... So there's two there. There and there. There doesn't seem to be anything out of them. Maybe it passed... Well,
Maybe that was the saddle. There was that between the two.
yeah, that makes...
The saddle would have gone over that, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Although then, why is this
that
here?
indicates, doesn't it?
Why is that there?
So that bolt's probably not in position then.
No.
Probably had to come off from that side or something.
Cool.
And that's what I thought.
Where are we according to the line?
It seems like it had to go around some sections, which would make sense.
So we're slightly to the right of it.
I don't know, still finding.
Right, here we are.
You got it?
Where it went here. So it almost certainly had some sort of bend in it. And here's the telegraph line here too.
Oh,
So that's a nice, we can almost follow that down a way. I wonder if that teaches anything. The telegraph line there goes down there. So somewhere between where we came up, where the remnants were, and here, there's taken some sort of curve. You get around this big rock, no doubt. Another here. The telegraph line there. Yeah, I think
I reckon.
through here. There's a bit more signs just up a bit, so we can try and follow that.
it's a big bolt, that one.
She's a beauty, that one.
Well, this is the first time I've seen the telephone line on this part of the track.
Oh, you see it? Well, yeah, you could be right, but certainly on the earth wall, yeah,
Just
come
hold,
across it.
just hold it up, Rod, just so I can. Telegraph line. Ah.
If we were going
So
down,
we're definitely on the line, aren't we?
Another one here. Oh, there we go, there. So have a look at, yeah, this is what I thought, but I just thought it was a bit higher. There's two steels poking out there.
Yep.
2 steels, good length too. They didn't, another one enough good length here. I thought at that stage the pipe might have went between these, but probably not.
I reckon where we are is about the logical place, isn't
Yeah,
it?
especially when you get the length of that brace.
Yeah. Man, that's incredible, isn't it? When you think of how steep that is.
Yeah. Even just unrolling the wire for the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all heavy going, isn't it? And you know the size of that friggin' wire, yeah. You know, getting back to that telegraph wire, I mean, it's a massive sort of size wire.
Where are you?
Up there.
Over there.
Yep.
Well, there's the phone line anyway.
So we're on course?
Just here.
Just there, yeah.
So we're not quite sure what's going on here, but
No.
definitely probably fluming.
So
Big
more
timbers though, aren't they?
big beams there, that's part of it there. Yeah, they're good, they're massive structures. Yeah, straight up and like that. Seem just as Oh yeah, right. Got a keen eye on your spot of that.
Can we get it on the camera? Roger? Can we get it on the camera?
I don't know where it is.
No, on your phone I'm talking about, the line.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Looks like
That's interesting because they normally cut down, well they did. They cut the big trees down so they wouldn't fall on the
the line's
pipe.
to the right. We've got to go left.
Yeah, well, you can almost follow the timbers now. But
There's a curve.
If the stumps,
There's a curve around that way.
yeah. So this could have been fluming with the curve in it.
Yeah.
So the stumps,
Well that's where that, see I can see the beams over there, look.
see, yeah, you can just pretty much follow the beams now.
Yep.
And but if
Gee,
that's
tell you what,
way,
the
you can see-
fluming would have to have been elevated because
oh, yeah,
remember
from here, yeah. It's not a long way, but it's still
it's got to be downhill.
still. Yeah, well that's the
So-
point. Yeah, it's got to be higher here than there.
It's got to be up here
Yeah.
to be able to get up there.
So that was a big structure there at one stage.
Yeah, I reckon that's it. I reckon this is where it went from fluming to pipe.
Right.
Because I reckon the pipe would have gone straight down there.
Well, so there's more big timbers right through there.
Because from now on it's kind of sidling round the hill, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, there's still this bit here's still straight though.
Are we at the top of the siphon yet, according to the map?
Yeah, we're almost there, but we're not there yet.
We're at the top of the straight bit.
Yeah.
We're past the top of the straight bit.
So it just continues on. Oh, the spiders have been busy through here. Here's those mortise and tenon joints. I think
Yep.
they're the ones I took the photos of.
Yep.
You know, the stonework and all that is still in position.
So here's the race.
Here's the earth wall here, and it's timber lined there, of course. So, and then maybe into fluming. I don't know, but certainly it could easily transition into fluming. We can't say any more than that.
No, he came the other way. He didn't go down. He didn't go down into Blackfeet.
Right. So he stopped here and went back.
Yeah.
So it's a little. Is that a little bit up to the side?
We're past the corner of this.
Yeah.
Curves around there.
But you don't know how accurate that
Yeah.
really is.
So that map's a little bit out because there's no denying where we are, and that's the earth wall from there on. Yeah, that would be right. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Little side up and back we've gone as we've come up the hill. So contract for the first two sections of the race, starting at the mine. was awarded to Mr. R.T. Hall, who was reported to be employing some 140 men during the period of construction. Section number 1, covering the first 5 miles, a net length of 3 miles and 67 chains excluding the siphons, was described by Donald Fraser as undoubtedly the roughest and rockiest portion. He wrote, "In spite of my determination to avoid fluming wherever possible, owing to the scarcity of earth and other materials for building walls, nearly a third of the length of this section will consist of timber fluming."
Right.
So that's pretty
that
clear.
question, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, and that would make sense when you see all the timber supports. Yeah. So we just continue on then. So it's just a normal stone wall, nothing spectacular about this bit. There's just a solid rock there, so luckily they missed that.
Another insulator.
Oh, right. So the wires must be through there too somewhere. Haven't seen that, but
That's someone's souvenir.
look how wide the wall is here, you know. It's a
Man,
massive
that's a big construction.
Yeah.
Unless that's just a natural slope.
Well, some of it must have been, because they didn't get that
There's a
much
fair bit
soil
of dirt
out.
they've shifted out of there, haven't they?
Yeah. So half of that probably was there before.
Yeah.
And just chuck the rest on top of it.
Bit of shovel work here.
Oh, bloody oath. But that was just a normal day back then, of course.
Yep.
Nothing new there, so... So you can see where would have been timber lined there. Still in remarkably good shape. Oh, there's a bit of small timber. So that could be a part of fluming, because you don't see much of this sort of small stuff.
No, well, that would be the lining
Yeah.
of the race,
Well,
mate.
as you go down further,
Oh, good. A bit of a
careful
mess,
that wide, yeah.
bit of a mess here, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can just picture the trouble they would have had to go to. They didn't have an option though. There was nothing else available, so...
Oh.
on that rock somehow.
Man.
What a beauty.
Yeah.
But there's certainly a bit there, I hadn't noticed that before. So there, here's some more chainsaw work here. So this could have been Revel, could have been... Yeah, so these probably might have been 6x1s or something. Yeah, there's a few just here. Yeah.
Because they had to keep it level, didn't they?
Oh, bloody
Wow.
oath. So this is all
Built up.
around that corner.
It's a bit like that above Derby in places.
They would have had to get really long ones for these sort of lower legs.
Yeah.
Something like that. Coming across there.
Oh, they would have actually, that would have been on that rock, wouldn't it?
Bloody oath. Yeah, yeah. So they utilise that. Yeah. Yeah, it looks quite impressive. Especially from down below looking up. Looks even more impressive. There's big timbers everywhere. Right through there. Yeah.
They certainly earned their quid.
Wrestling in position, you know, you can imagine a couple of men to each big beam or whatever. That's not a bad view to see. I think we're probably better off going down from there, right? Just around this little bit. But there's a good shot just there. But I think we really should head down a bit now. Unless you want to press on there, look a little bit tricky. Going straight on, that's the book.
The things we do to discover the Bryce's race.
That's right. And we're loving it.
Especially when you find this.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing, but if we reckon we had it tough, imagine the blokes who built it.
Yeah, oh yeah. So it's no good us complaining, is it?
No. They had to bring all the
better.
timber up here. How they did that, I don't know.
And then stand it up. Just, no, hang on, there's a bit of yellow tape we've left behind.
Yeah.
Just grab that on the way through. Just like that. Oh, there's an insulator. I didn't see that.
Yep. There's a few of them around.
Yeah. It's a good one too. Right. That's been built up there, Jeff.
Yep.
That little, just a support. So that's definitely the lower edge of it there.
It would be interesting to know how they did all their levels, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well...
Because that's pretty critical to the whole operation, isn't it?
I guess, well, the idle light, I don't understand how they work, but they didn't have much else, did they?
No.
And
Every gang must have had a theodolite.
Not been as easy as I thought, no. I don't think we can negotiate that bit.
Okay.
So it's just that there, still a good view down the boom. We've carried over a little bit of a mini gully there. Yeah. But anyway, still looks nice.
So this is still fluming.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much
Silver insulator.
the whole lot. Yeah, another nice one there. Yeah, pretty much all blooming by the look of it.
This just saved them timber.
Yeah, wherever they could, they did that. That's right. So look at that. That's only been cut for the war pass, hasn't it? Hey.
Made it.
Right. What do I say?
We were now in familiar territory, having been here when we explored the Valley Siphon. Well, we're back in the race.
There's my yellow tape.
Oh, is it? Right.
Because this is the tangle that I went through.
Yeah.
Climbed through there,
Pretty hard going.
through that stuff there.
I didn't notice any yellow tape until I came back. I didn't see it on the...
Well, I'm going to have a spell here, have a drink.
That's it.
Well, we are nearly in Derby, the site of the Bryce's mine. Our last episode on the Bryce's race will see us approaching Derby and down the pipeline that fed high pressure water to nozzles used in hydraulic sluicing.